Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So are you guys ready for another crazy lecture? On this lecture here, we're gonna be learning some really cool things about relationships in databases, right? So since we're doing SQLAlchemy here, you're gonna be learning a whole bunch of really cool things on this series of lectures actually, all right? So first things first, we need a model for tags because that's the next feature that we need to create in our application. If you saw the demo video that I showed you in the beginning of this playlist, you're gonna see that we have another input in the edit of the contact. This input is for tags, and that has a lot of features in there. So we're gonna be learning a lot, so keep tuned for that, all right? So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the models here, and we're gonna build this thing called many-to-many relationships, all right? So in the many-to-many relationships, we need a table in between to relate the contacts in this case and the tags, all right? And that's usually called a pivot table, okay? So let me go ahead and start creating this stuff here. Let me go and do this right above here because this is not gonna be just a model. This is gonna be a table, an intermediate table that we need. And we're gonna call it contact tags. Usually the naming convention of pivot tables, you start with it, you name it related, you give it the first table name and the second table name, all right, for creating this pivot table. Now you start with the in alphabetical order, all right, whatever of the tables actually has the letter here, the letter closest to the A, right, in alphabetical order, is the one that's gonna go before, right? So contact is the C, so C is before the T in alphabetical order, right? So that's why we start with the contact here. That's just naming convention in programming in general when we're dealing with database, with pivot tables, really. So here, what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to access the DB instance and I'm gonna use this table function. This is, or should I say method, right? This here will allow me to create these pivot tables. I'm gonna call it contact tags, just like that, okay? And this is just a variable name that I'm using, but it's convention to use the same thing here as well. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this primary column here, and I'm gonna paste it in there. And I'm gonna paste this one here as well. I'm gonna modify this a little bit. And I'm gonna say, well, this is gonna be the contact ID column. And this is gonna be the tag ID right there. It's gonna be an integer, that's okay. We can leave this way. But this is also going to be a foreign key. We're gonna have to put the foreign key because that's the way we're gonna associate this thing. And the foreign key that this one is going to have will be the one coming from the contact table, and it needs to be the ID column from there, all right? So now I can grab this one and paste it here. And this one, guess what this one would be? The tag ID, correct. Very good, guys. And I heard you there very clearly. Make sure you put a comma here at the end so that way you get no errors, all right? All right, so this is called a pivot table, also called an association table, all right? It's gonna be called contact tags, and it's gonna link the contact table and the tag table with these IDs, all right? That's why they are foreign, okay? All right, so now, what we need to do is we need to go into the, actually we haven't not even created the tag model yet. So let's go ahead and do that. Tag DB model. All right, so let's grab this tool here from here. And the table name would be tag, just like that. Let's just do an indentation there. All right. And we're gonna have another one, which is gonna be a string, right? Let's just copy one of these guys out. This one, yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna give it less characters. And I want this to actually be unique. So we're gonna pass the true there. True Boolean value, all right? All right, so what are we missing here? Let's see, everything good here. And what I want to do, since we already have a relationship here, I'm going to put the other relationship right here. All right. So let's go ahead and do tags, DB, relationship. All right. So the relationship here, first of all, is going to be on the tag model, right? And we're going to say secondary here. And this is what we're going to do. This is going to be the secondary table. What is the secondary table? The pivot table right here. All right. Then we're going to be using backref so we can refer to the parents. And we do DB backref again here. And the backref is going to be contacts. Right? So we can say tag contacts, right? And then lazy. This would be dynamic. Dynamic. Boom. Alrighty. So this is looking really good. So after this is actually created, we're going to be able to actually continue with our lectures. But let's go ahead and use Python manage to make this happen. So let's go and open up our console here. And we're going to do Python manage, enter. And you can see that it says table created. And even that, it's not spelled correctly. Guys, come on, give me a break. All right, I always bully myself, guys. It's just a natural habit. Anyway, let's go here and let's close this connection here real quick. And I'm going to open up the recent files. And let's see. You can see now that we have a different database table here. We got contacts and we got tag. You can see that it says contact ID and tag ID. Those are the two columns that we needed there. And tag has its ID and the name. It doesn't need anything else. It doesn't need the foreign key or anything like that. So yeah, we're good to go here, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you on the next lecture.